Good day, everyone. Everyone who's here.
Yes,
Good day,
good day, doctor.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Good day to you. So today we start with a bit of revising of the previous lesson, and then we'll start a new one, and the new one will actually be not quite as long, and later I'll explain why this happens. So let's start with the thing called the declensions. For now, we know you have the table of all the declensions. And for now, you have declension 1, you know the endings of this. And you know the properties of the first declension, of the nouns of the first declension, which are, let's say, declension 1, which are, first, the first declension contains only the nouns of the female gender. Like, let's get the entry, the example dictionary entry of the word vertebra. As you must remember, each dictionary entry of a noun consists of 3 parts. The first part is the nominativus singularis form of the noun, which contains the ending that may help you in determining the gender of the noun. The second part, which is the ending of conativus singularis case, of the genitive singular case, case 2, which helps you to determine the actual declension of the noun. So in this case, the a ending is the typical declension ending of the first declension. And part 3 of each dictionary entry is the gender indicator. And let's revise the rules of case changing as well. So we, when given a task of case changing,
Please, I can see anything on the whiteboard.
you
Yes,
can
which
move it sideways. There is a lot of things happening right now. Try to move it.
doctor, I
Then
also can't see the whiteboard. Okay, and now I see it. Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So do I.
Everyone sees it right now?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
No.
Maybe it gets some time to load. Either way, I will send you the
Benson only
screenshot of the whiteboard so you can listen to the topic again. So when you're given the task of case changing, you are to get 6 forms of the term or of a noun, which are 3 cases, nominativus, genitivus, and ablativus, and 2 numbers, singular. Nominativus case, you're getting the word from the dictionary entry itself. Our example word is the vertebra, and the first form, as you must remember, is the nominativus singularis form of the noun. The next important part is to do the genitivus singularis form, and to do this, we first get rid of the typical gender ending from nominativus singularis, we just delete it, and we add the like everything that we have after the comma. In this case, this is a and a. Step 3, yes, and now we have the genitivus singularis form. Step 3 is to determine the stem of the noun. In this case, it will be in any case, the stem is the part of the genitive singularis form, the part without the declension ending. So for the first declension, the declension ending is "e", which means that all the rest of the word is the stem. And we rewrite with the stem 4 more times for each of the remaining forms, and you add the corresponding endings according to the table of the endings of the declensions. So for ablative singularis, the form will look like vertebra, vertebra actually. The stressing must be correct. For nominativus pluralis, the form looks like vertebrae. For genitivus pluralis, the form looks like vertebrarum. How do I expand it? Nope. I get some problems with this. Yes, now it is correct. Vertebrarum, and for ablativus pluralis, the form will look like vertebra. And that is the example of case changing of a noun. And also, let's get examples of the translations. And remember some basic principles of translating. Like, for example, we have the term that looks like this. Looks like tongue of the lower jaw. So when looking at a term, we first must determine which Latin words will take part in the translation. So to do this, we must write down the dictionary entries for each of the words that take part in the final term. Yeah, I see that you're looking at a blackboard. Actually, I can throw a screenshot at you. Why not? It'll take a while, and that's it. So the dictionary entries of the words will be the following. The tongue is the lingua. Lingua, lingua femininum. And the lower jaw, which you should know by now, is the mandibula. Mandibula femininum. So this is the first step. We've done it. Second step is to determine the order of the words, the grammar properties of the words, such as the cases and numbers, and the declensions of the words. So for a tongue, we know that this will come first in order, since we are describing the tongue itself, and the lower jaw will come second, because it has the preposition of, which tells you that this is genitivus, case 2, and because it is like the thing the tongue belongs to, and that's why it must be second in order. Then we determine the cases and the numbers. The numbers are more easy together. So the tongue is singular. We have only one tongue, as well as the lower jaw itself is the singular number. We have only one lower jaw in this term. Next, we're determining the cases. As you know, the first noun in order will always be nominativus. The second, the third, and all the next ones will be genitivus case. And final thing, we're determining the declensions. We have two words of the same declension, declension 1. And now, having the grammar properties of these words, we are making the actual term by putting the signified words, the given words, in the correct order, in the correct forms, with the correct endings, I mean. So, lingua will be in nominativus singularis form, and the nominativus singularis form we can take directly from the dictionary entry. So we start with lingua. And then we come to mandibula, and it comes into genitivus singularis form. And we can make genitivus singularis form from nominativus using the algorithm that I've described 5 minutes ago. I won't repeat it over and over. So lingua, le. Lingua has the ending a for nominativus singularis, mandibule has the ending e for genitivus singularis. So, like, the marking of the grammar properties of the nouns can really help you a lot when translating from English to Latin.
Doctor,
Yeah.
we can't see what are you reading in whiteboard?
I'm constantly posting the screenshots in the general chat.
Okay.
Just for that reason I'm doing this. So declension 2 is our new topic. Actually, if some of you may see the whiteboard, you can make screenshots also. For declension 2, as you must remember, as you should remember from the general table of the declensions, declension 2 contains nouns of neutral gender and masculine gender. So for nominativus singularis, the endings of masculine gender nouns will be us or er. These will be masculine. For neutral gender nouns, the corresponding endings will be and on. The difference, yes, then neutral gender. The differences between them are the following. Well, essentially, there is no big difference except the us and endings belong to the word's origin, Latin. And the er and on endings mark the words of Greek origin. Considering the rules of case changing, this is not as important as considering just the general knowledge. At some point, the understanding of the language, of the origin language, may come very handy to you. Especially, it will make a great deal in our second part, which will be the clinics. When we'll be studying clinical terms, you would know that Greek roots and Latin roots are a lot bigger in difference. But so far, this is just the endings. So as you know by the rule, we can determine the declension of a noun by the genitivus singularis ending. And the typical declension 2 ending in genitivus singularis will be ending E. Something like this. So the dictionary and the dictionary entries of the words will look something like this. For example, let's take the word branch. The word branch in Latin will look like ramus, rami, masculinum. So yeah, you have the us ending in nominative singularis, which tells you that this word belongs to the masculine gender. You have e ending in genitive singularis, which tells you that this word is definitely from the second declension. And you basically know all the grammar properties by now. Let's take an example of some neutral gender noun. Let's take the first one in the vocabulary list. It will be the antrum. This is the entrance, translated like in English. The entrance or the cave. The antrum, antri, neutrum. I'll make another screenshot for you, since you are not making it. There it goes. Ramus, rami, masculinum, and antrum, antri, neutrum. Now, the rules of case changing stay the same, because they are the essential rules of grammar itself. But the endings, the corresponding endings for masculine and neutral gender, will differ. And let's look how they actually do. So let's first make a table of cases and numbers. Nominativus, and ablativus. Singularis and pluralis. No, you cannot edit it. And let's start with Ramus. Its nominativus singularis form is already done in the dictionary entry, so we are just rewriting it. We are getting to genitivus, and according to the same algorithm, we are getting rid of us ending, since it's the gender ending for masculine words in the second declension. We are left with only ram. Then we are adding everything that we see after the comma, which is e, and we get the genitivus singularis. According to our table of typical declension endings, we know that itself is a typical ending for the second declension. Thus, we know that everything except e will be the stem. So the stem will be rama. And we will be using this stem to further make the remaining forms of this noun. We are heading to another table, which is a table of endings of all the cases and numbers. To ablativus singularis, it will transform in the word of ramo. For nominativus pluralis, it will be rami. For genitivus pluralis, it will look like ramorum, ramorum, and for ablativus pluralis, it will look like ramis. Now it may be easier for you to remember these endings by making translating it to yourself, inside your head, in your mind, together with the Latin form. Like when you get the ramos, you get the branch in together with it inside your head. You get the rami, and you translate of the branch. Ablativus ramo, you get with the branch. Nominativus pluralis rami, which are branches. Genitivus pluralis ramorum, of the branches, and ablativus pluralis with the branches, rames. For some of you, it may be very helpful in the tasks of translating the terms from English to Latin. Another word that we have is antrum, and let's look at its case changing, its model of case changing. So, as always, in nominativus singularis, we get the word antrum. The nominativus singularis form presented in the dictionary entry. In genitivus singularis, we make the same procedure. We are deleting we are adding e. We are getting antri, and antr will be the stem, which we will be rewriting 4 more times to get the correct endings added. Ablativus singularis will be antro. Nominativus pluralis form will look like antra, and that is the difference between the masculinum and neutrum case-changing models in the second declension. See, in masculinum nouns, nominativus pluralis forms end with e, but for neutrum nouns, nominativus pluralis form end with a. They have different endings in nominativus pluralis. All the rest will be pretty much the same. So for genitivus pluralis, we are keeping orum. It will be ante orum, which essentially means with, of the cases, of the caves. And the ablativus pluralis will look like antris, which will be translated with the caves, something like this. And that's it. This is the model of case changing of the nouns of the second declension. Another screenshot going on. And there it goes. And now let's try to translate terms that contain second declension nouns as well as first declension nouns. For example, let's take the term which in English will sound like a septum of the tongue. Septum of the tongue. So as always, first we always start with the dictionary entries of each of the words that will take part in the Latin term, in the translation. So first we get septum. We are looking in the second declension nouns list, which is inside the textbook. I guess I will just send it to you in the general, in the files. I'll post it in the files actually. Here it goes. The document is called Final Method something. This is a document. It is now posted in files. You can download it and use it as a textbook, since it is a textbook. So we have dictionary entries for a septum. It is page 18 if someone is interested in downloading right now. Page 18 is a list of second declination nouns. For septum, the dictionary entry will look like septum, septi, neutrum. For you should already know the term for this. For tongue, it will be lingua. Lingua feminino. And now let's let's determine which forms our nouns will be in the final translation. So in the septum of a tongue, first will come septum, since we are describing exactly this thing. Second will come the tongue, since it has the preposition of with it. The cases are the corresponding. The first noun in a term always comes in nominativus case. The second and the followings will always come in genitivus case. The numbers, septum, we have only one of it, so it is of a singular number. Tongue, we also have only one of it, so it's also singular. The declensions will differ though. For septum, since in the dictionary entry it has and e, we can determine that it belongs to the second declension. The tongue, lingua, lingue, has the ending of e in genitivus singularis, so it belongs to the first. And now those who follow the whiteboard can see all the examples of all the two declensions written here. So you can translate the term, which will look like. First comes the septum, and we put the term in nominativus singularis, basically taking the dictionary form, the first and full dictionary form, which will be septum. And we have lingua coming second, and we must put it in the genitive singular form, in the form of genitivus singularis. For tongue, for lingua, it means adding of the ending e. It will be lingue. Septum lingue, which is the translation of the septum of the tongue. Now I need you to practice. I need you to make the term that is called the nucleus of the nerve. I'll just make in your group chat, I'll just post the new thing. Now it's there. The term is called the nucleus of the nerve. Now, using the data that you have, using the vocabulary that you have on page 18 for the second declension and page 14 for the first one, and looking at a whiteboard or looking at a screenshot that I've already made and I've already uploaded, try to make this translation by yourselves, and you can post the answers into the discussion, into the general discussion that I've opened and where I've just uploaded the screenshot to. Just make your practice. The term is the nucleus of the nerve. The task is to translate it to Latin. I'll give you some time to think.
ده أنا عايزين نعمل إيه دلوقتي؟
تقريبا هو هيبعت سكرين شوت في الشات، مش عارفة هنعمل بيه ايه الصراحة يعني.
ما انا اصلا مش
دكتور
عارفة افهم الجرامر ده يا انجي.
يعني شايفين انا انجي اللي دكتورة فيه، انجي عار
يا
هي
يا جدعان، هو تقريبا هيبعت سكرين شوت دلوقتي في جملة مش فاكر اسمها، اللي هي ذا نيوكليس نيرف، اللي تعتبر ان هو العصبية او حاجة زي كده. عايزنا نترجمهم، هو يبعتها بالانجليزي هنترجمه احنا باللاتيني، وطبعا ما نغلطش في القواعد فيه.
ده
طب أنا
هو.
عايز أقول له مرة واحدة
اللي هي
هو
النهايات يعني.
دكتور.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's the first time for me in this lecture. I don't understand anything in Latin.
What exactly don't you understand?
This is my first lecture.
We make the translations of English terms to Latin. Last lesson, I was talking about the types of terms. The type of term we are dealing with right now is the double word terms, right? And for double word terms, there is a set of rules according to which these terms are actually performing. Like, for example, the double word term can consist of two nouns, which is our option, and it is translated according to the rules, right? Where the first word, the main word, is put in nominativus case, and the second word is put in genitivus case, since it has the meaning of possession. The actual 2 lessons ago, I told about the meanings of all the cases. So the notion of the case is not presented in English language, for example, at all, but it's presented widely in Russian and in Latin. And I tried to explain what cases actually are and how to use them. So if someone downloaded the lesson, the previous and the one after the previous, the one before the previous, you can just share the lessons with Mohammed so he could listen to them and understand something. And also I've uploaded the textbook in the file section in your group in Teams, and you can download it and read it and ask me questions later if you will have some. I'm always free to ask. Okay? Fine. For all the others, I'm waiting the translation for the nucleus of the nerve.
هو مين محمد اللي قال عليه ده يا جدعان؟
دكتور،
ايه
ايه ده في ايه دكتور؟
ده؟
انت نيوكليو نيرفي.
Wait, don't tell it. Just write it in the group if you can. Can you?
اوكي.
And after
Something
some
like
time, I will
understand
just tell
the
you who was right and
previous.
who was wrong.
Okay.
يا شباب هو الدكتور راح فين؟
هو المفروض ادانا جملة بالانجليزي واحنا نكتبها باللاتيني. مش عارفة هي فين صراحة.
دكتور
Yeah.
which I read it chat it's correct nucleum nervi.
I have only 2 people. If someone else is going to answer, please tell me. Either way, I'm just getting the correct thing and explaining it.
هو
Anyone?
المفروض اللاتيني يا جدعان.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll get the explanation for you. Now, so I see 2 options, which of which the first is nucleum nervi and the second one is nucleum nervi. But the thing is that if you look closely to page 18, 17 and 18, where there is a list of second declension nouns, right? You will see that nucleus is actually masculine, and its dictionary entry looks like nucleus and nuclei, masculinum. That's why nucleus is the masculinum form, is the nominative singularis form of the core of the nucleus, and nervi is done correct since it's the genitive singular form of the word. So nucleus nervi will be correct.
Nucleus?
Right, because it's masculine.
Yeah, masculine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gender masculine.
Yep. And let's get another term. Another term will be I'll make another post. It will look like angles of the ribs. Angles of the ribs. Try to work with the plural forms.
دكتور
Yep.
what about of this book which you talk about it
That's the textbook of our Latin course in English.
in files?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
كده أنا الدكتور ده روسي ولا إنجليزي؟
الكتاب موجود في الفايل يا جدعان. هو الكتاب ده هو مترجمه بالانجليزي عشان هو اللي كان مديهولنا اصلا هناك كان بالروسي. تمام، فهو مترجمه بالانجليزي وحطه لكم في الفايل.
هو الدكتور ده روسي أصلا؟
اه
بس الإنجليزي بتاعه حلو فشخ يعني.
دكتور بليز
How?
you don't add me in the test. I don't know test pronunciation.
Um,
Every time I want to solve it and I want to record it, Microsoft Teams tell me you don't add this test. I don't know it.
you mean I didn't add you to the test, or you didn't add the recording?
No. You didn't add me in the test.
I didn't add. Okay.
Maybe because I am new student in this group. I was in group 148. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
هو فين الكتاب ده؟ أنا مش لاقيه في الفايل.
والله لسه ما اعرفش، وقال لي موجود في الفايلات. انتوا سامعين؟
Sabah Mahmoud.
يا سبا محمود.
Mhm. It is being created right now.
What? Repeat please.
I am creating right now.
Okay, thank you.
You must receive it.
Of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, I receive it.
Okay. So, anyone with a translation? So far, I don't see anyone. Guys, why are you posting nucleus nervi? I've already posted the correct option. Now you have the new term to translate. Okay. So the angles of the ribs. In your general chats, you will see you must see now the angles of the ribs. So we are doing the two dictionary entries, which is angle will be angulus, anguli, masculinum, and the second will be the rib, which is the noun of the first declension, costa, costa, costa femininum, and the final term, the angles of the ribs. The first word, the angles, will be in nominativus pluralis case, which means it will have the ending of e, like anguli. And of the ribs will be genitive plural. It has of, which tells you this is the genitive, and it's ribs, which tell you this is the genitive. Costa, costa femininum, belongs to the first declension, and that's why someone another one. That's why its form will look like costa. Sorry, costarum. The first declension has the ending of arum in genitivus pluralis case. So the term is anguli costarum. Your home task will be page 18 in the doc file of the English textbook. Task 1, case change. There are 3 nouns to case change there. And task 3, translate to Latin. You know the drill. First you get, when translating the term from English to Latin, you first get the dictionary entries, the Latin words, then you get, you determine the grammar properties of all of the words that take part in the term, and then you are putting the words in the correct forms using the correct case and number endings. Like we did with nucleus nervi and like I did with anguli costarum. Is the home task clear?
Slide 18 in file book, exercise 1, number 1, and exercise number 3?
Yep.
That's right.
Page 18.
Page 18. Okay. Thank you.
كان فاهم بالظبط.
اللي هم تاسك ايه تاني معلش؟
صفحة رقم 18 في الكتاب اللي هو بيقول عليه المترجم